Palm Beach estate formerly owned by Jeffrey Epstein has been demolished. The demolition of the 6-bedroom mansion began yesterday.
Snap into a Slim Jim essays. Everybody loves beef jerky as much as the macho man Randy Savage, except for, of course, Epstein, who loves it way more. Way more than macho man Randy Savage. That's all he's talking about. Jeffrey Epstein, super duper multi-billionaire rich dude, is constantly emailing everybody around him about grape drank pizza and beef jerky. Those are definitely not code words. The super duper uber elite rich always eat beef jerky and pizza. They're just like us, except they like to eat small babies after they do horrible things to them. Of course, that's a conspiracy theory, guys. What are you, a racist? Conspiratard? Huh? What, you piece of cake? Huh? Everybody is. Everybody's seeing what's going on now. Now, granted, you leftards out there, you only want to talk about it if you think it's going to hurt Trump, which is weird, considering we need to do some arresting. We need to do some arresting right now. But here's Jeffrey Epstein, and who are these people that he's talking to? Well, he's talking to Francis, who was teaching jerky classes and supplying Epstein with jerky at the island the year before Francois started working at a restaurant called Cannibal. Jerky is supposed to be a code word for child meat or baby meat. And you're sitting there going, shut up. That's stupid. No. YouTube, put one of those debunking things right under this video. Right down there. Right down there somewhere. Right there. Oh, Peter has been debunked. That is climate change. Okay. Well, if you go to, there's a website. There's a Department of Justice website where they've got Epstein files. And you can punch in keywords like jerky. And you can get results. And for a dude who's totally not eating babies, hanging out with other dudes who are totally not eating babies, they're just trafficking children. They're not eating them. They're not doing anything to them. Guys, they're like teaching them how to paint sunflowers, of course. It's like a day camp, right? Why else would nobody have been arrested? Well, by the way, maybe one of the reasons why nobody's been arrested for this is because once you arrest somebody for this and it starts to come out what they're doing, because everyone's sitting there going, oh my God, they're trafficking children, which is, again, obviously the worst thing out there, right? You're like, oh my God, that's like the worst thing ever. Now imagine that you have an incapability of imagining what lizard people do. Because, yeah, trafficking babies, that's the world's worst thing. But these people have somehow been able to do what's worse than that. Like, we can't even, like, we don't have the imagination for that type of, like, we're not even there yet. They're eating the babies. They're eating the babies. So here's Jeffrey Epstein files, and Jeffrey Epstein and his assistant are emailing each other hundreds of times. I love beef jerky. I love beef jerky. I have never emailed my wife about beef jerky. Most of my family makes beef jerky. We've never emailed each other about it. It's just every now and then. I get a bag of beef jerky. I take it home and I eat it. And I'll email people. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all these results. Result. Look at all these results. Guys, it goes on. It goes on for 5 pages. 5 pages of results of this idiot talking about, or people in the files talking about beef jerky. Oh, wait, no, it's way more than 5. Huh? Oh, yeah. No, it's 38 pages of results. It's 38 pages of results. But yeah, no. What are you, a conspiracy tard? Jeffrey Epstein. He clearly wasn't doing anything wrong. Unlike you thought bigots out there who are like, oh my God, we should only have 2 bathrooms. 2 bathrooms? We're going to ban you from Chase Bank. How dare you say men shouldn't be in women's locker rooms? We're going to ban you from Wells Fargo. You can't bank at Wells Fargo anymore, right? Jeffrey Epstein got convicted for trafficking children and was still able to bank at all the places that we weren't able to bank when we questioned the 2020 election. Wowee, weird. You're concerned about that coming back because it will come back. We didn't arrest anybody for doing that, so it's going to come back. Check out today's sponsor, Rumble Wallet. Thank you so much to Rumble Wallet because when the walls close in and the commies in New York City or the commies in Kyiv try to take your money, they can take it right out of your U.S. bank account. And they can freeze your accounts, shut off your cards, lock you out of your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you. They control you. And that's why the real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. And with the Rumble Wallet, you don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You can own Tether Gold. This ain't paper gold, by the way. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership to physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by a serial number, purity, and weight. Not paper gold. It's not an IOU. It's real gold without bank vault storage fees or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want, Tether Gold can be redeemed for physical gold, and that's big time, huge power. So when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using Rumble Wallet peer-to-peer and outside the banking system. No permissions, no middlemen, no cancel button. The wallet is yours forever. Head over to wallet.rumble.com. Just use the link down below. But so what else are these people in the Epstein files talking about besides grape drink, pizza, and beef jerky? Well, they're talking about, hey, going to need to order some heat lamps for all this beef jerky. Heat lamps, dehumidifiers, or however the hell you dry out meat these days. We're going to need some sauce, maybe some fixins and rubs for all of the beef jerky we're making, and 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid. We're going to need about 1,000 of those. Hold on, what? Hold on, what? What? No. No. We're gonna need some of them drums of sulfuric acid. Well, how many of them? Well, we're gonna need $5,000 worth of it. This is a wire transfer for transfer form. I get it. My brain is sitting there going, "Oh my god, oh my god." You know full well what they were doing with that sulfuric acid. Yeah, you don't need sulfuric acid to make beef jerky. Maybe you need it to make grape drink. Maybe you got to take all of them grapes and put them in sulfuric acid. No, you don't. We're going to need 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid with fuel and insurance. We're going to need that. Well, listen, I mean, look at this. We're going to want insurance on that transaction. Okay, yeah. Last time I ordered 10 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid, they came scuffed, right? We're going to risk that again. One of my shipments of sulfuric acid never made it to my island. I'm going to need insurance. Okay. Yeah. That's all totally normal. Totally normal. By the way, 50 Shades of Way. On the same exact day that the FBI opened a child sex trafficking case against Epstein in 2018, the same day. So nobody tipped him off, right? Because listen, everybody can trust the venerable FBI. The FBI would never help child traffickers who eat children get away with stuff. He ordered a half dozen 55-gallon containers full of sulfuric acid to his private island. It could be a coincidence, but what are the odds? On the same day, was he tipped off? Was he tipped off? Tipped off? They're all working for the same people. Tipped off. It's like, somebody, he wasn't, it was like, listen. We're going to have to pretend to raid your island, bro. So, I mean, can you clean up some of the dead bodies? I mean, some of the fresh ones, can you dig them up and, just order just order a half dozen 55-barrel drums of sulfuric acid. That won't look weird, by the way. Just itemize and charge it to your FBI debit card. Don't worry. You could do that because you're not debanked, even though we've arrested you again. We're about to indict you again for trafficking children. You could bank everywhere, but not these Democracy deniers. Epstein was tipped off and destroyed evidence and dissolved bodies long before the feds came in and finished the job. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I would imagine so. If I had to take a stab in the dark, yeah, I'm going with that too. Remember when they destroyed tunnels under the Epstein Island? There's a lot of videos of a lot of tunnels. I haven't been able to fact check those yet, but they're Epstein accounts. I don't know where those tunnels are at, is what I'm saying, but it's Epstein and other people, and they're in tunnels. It's very weird. It's fucking insane. Anyway, and remember when his West Palm Beach mansion was brought down to rubble via demolition? I was like, hold on, is that real? I don't know. Well, no, it's real. Here's video of it. There's Constructicons in the back, devastating the hell. Yep. No, just tear it down. This poor bastard running this has no idea what he's doing, but he just showed up. This guy, if he even speaks English. Hey, show up to us a mansion, eh? And tear it down. The fact that he doesn't speak English is even better for the people who ordered the destruction of this West Palm Beach mansion over here. But yeah, okay. So tunnels collapsed, mansions demolished, and 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid being sent to the island where they constantly talk about pizza and beef jerky, and no one has been arrested. Not a single person's been arrested for any of this. But I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's totally fine. Holy balls. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, supporting the channel. Check out today's sponsor, Rumble Wallet, and then make way, because the salt must flow.